Shalom. So, okay, let's put that there. Okay. So I hope this isn't too long, and I hope I don't have to edit this one. But I basically wanted to make a video because I truly believe that, well, I know, not even believe, I've seen it, that a lot of people in Yahuah are very talented. I kind of want to make this for the musicians, the songwriters, the singers, but also just for people who make studies. I mean, you know, of course, like, we should always be careful when it comes to like teacher territory, because not many of us should become teachers because they get a greater judgment. So, you know, be careful with that. And same goes for me. I try to be very careful with teachy stuff. I don't really even like going into that territory usually. But sometimes I do talk about things that are considered teachy, which I don't even consider myself a teacher. But, you know, like, for example, the spiritual sacrifice video, or just stuff like that. I guess you could consider that doctrine. Someone could argue that's teaching. I hope not. But anyways, you know, with stuff that, you know, it could be like encouragement videos, people just saying their testimonies. Oh man, the sun. But, you know, people putting up their testimonies and things like that. Stuff like that can really help people, whether it's like songs or testimonies or encouragement videos or videos like this. I mean, I actually enjoy videos like this, so I'm putting more videos like this out. And I think it's just like people can kind of see the real me, because some videos that I post, like encouragement videos, usually they're scripted, you know, like instrumentals, scripted, you know, like I sat down and, like, usually I believe ask Yahuah for help on it, and then I just script it out, and so it's very scripted. This is not so much scripted. I had an idea of what I wanted to talk about, but I just put the camera on and I'll probably just start rambling. But for some people who are lonely, I like, they enjoy videos like this. I know I do sometimes. It's just, I try to be careful with what I watch, because I don't like to watch too many teachy videos, and usually videos like this include a lot of doctrine and stuff like that. And I'm not saying I don't watch any videos. If it's someone I know, I'll put it on, but if it's like heavy doctrine, I try to stay away from that usually, just because I like to take my doctrine from the scriptures. And, you know, I do go to group calls sometimes, so, you know, but even then I try to be careful of what I take in, usually, I believe. But yeah, I wanted to encourage that, you know, there are people who make music, who make encouragement videos, who are people just saying their testimonies or their experiences. And I believe that many times, and this happens to me, we can kind of like psych ourselves out, or the enemy psychs us out, and makes us not want to post anything. And I've met a lot of people, I've met a few people in my life in this walk who are extremely gifted and talented, like singers, musicians, just speakers, encouragement, powerful testimonies. And it's like, you check their channel and there's nothing, or you check their channel and it's been months that since they posted. And of course, like, you know, there's things that sorry, someone walked in front of my car and I got awkward and quiet, so I guess I'm gonna have to edit this one, sadly. But I basically was saying that I've noticed, like, there's people who are very talented and gifted, and I believe that Yahuah gives them a calling and gives them an assignment. But because of the enemy or the flesh or just life, they don't post as much as I think that they should, you know, because at the end of the day, we're bearing fruit onto the kingdom and we're multiplying talents. I believe the parable in Matthew 25, and then I believe there's similar parables in other accounts like Luke, and I believe somewhere else, maybe in Mark. I forget if it's in Mark. But it's basically like, there are some people who are too scared to do anything. You know, they're like, oh, well, I don't want to be wrong, which is great. Like, that's wise. But they get so scared of the master that they do nothing. And I feel like Yahushua talks about that. Like, you know, there's three servants. One was given 5 talents, the other was given 2, and then the other was given 1. Then there was one servant that did 5, that multiplied it by, by 2, had 10 talents at the end. Then the one with 2 multiplied it by 2, had 4 in the end. And then the one with 1 was so scared of his master because he knew he was a hard man and he reaped where he didn't sow, I believe, if I remember correctly. And he did nothing. Like, he just buried his talent. And instead of leaving it with the bankers to collect interest, the bare minimum, that's how I see it, he was so scared that he did nothing. I've had people tell me, like, you shouldn't make music, or you shouldn't post that video because, like, what if you're wrong? And it's like, yeah, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm gonna trust in Yahushua's compassion and favor, and I'm gonna do my best not to be wrong. I'm not gonna post something that I truly believe is wrong, and I'm also not gonna touch topics that are just like really out there, like you'll probably never see me make a video. You'll probably never make me see a video on something I'm unsure about, something obvious, like, for example, should we eat pork? I mean, I don't even feel led to make a video like that, but something easy like that, like, yeah, I feel pretty confident in that. Or like, should we believe on the Messiah for salvation? That's pretty easy. Like, there are some things that, like, I feel like we have confidence in, that we don't have to, like, freak ourselves out. Or something easy, like a song of praise, scriptural lyrics and all these things. You should feel comfortable about that. Talking about your testimony, you should feel comfortable about that. Of course, like, use discretion and discernment and ask Yahuah to help you. But I think people freak themselves out too much. And I know that I can freak myself out too much to the point where I do nothing. And that's where I think that servant, the wicked servant who was bound hand and foot and thrown into outer darkness, if I remember correctly, he probably freaked himself out to the point where he did nothing. And he wasn't, oh, you were so careful, my servant, and good on you. You were so careful that you did nothing. I respect you more than the other 2 who were really going out there and bearing a lot of fruit. No, it was like, you're a wicked servant. You should have at least done this. So I don't know what the bare minimum would translate to today. But I think YouTube is a great tool. Like, honestly, we can reach people in Japan. We can reach people in China. We can reach people in Russia, hopefully, with our videos. Like, there are people in the Philippines who watch YouTube videos about Yahuah and Yahusha. There are people across the world learning about Yahuah and Yahusha. And a lot of them learned it through Facebook, YouTube, because people were sharing on there. So it's like, we can reach places of the earth. Yahuah and Yahusha can reach places on the earth through us that people hundreds of years ago could not. Well, even 100 years ago probably could not. Like, you'd have to fly out, probably learn the language, and, like, spend, like, I don't know, decades there to, like, even reach a decent amount of people. Nowadays, you post a video, it's like hundreds of people can see you. It's like, that's so much fruit. And there's people who are just too scared to even post. Or there's some people who are discouraging them to post. And it's just like, what is that? Let's not do that. People have tried to discourage me with my songs, but I praise Yahuah and Yahusha that, for every one person that tries to discourage me, there's so much people that encourage me. And I truly believe that Yahuah and Yahusha helping me with music is something that proves to me that he's still with me, and that he walks with me, and that I walk with him. So I just wanted to encourage you guys. I don't want to make this too long. Like, if you have a talent, if you have a calling and it's true, like, it's from Yahuah, do it. If the enemy's like, oh, that sucked. Like, what was, like, no, it's not complete. It doesn't sound perfect. Like, for example, for the singers or the musicians, like, you were a little bit flat there. You shouldn't post that. Oh, the guitar wasn't, like, tuned perfectly. Or, like, you just sound kind of nasally. You sound disgusting, that? Yeah. I don't think you should post, like, no, just post it. I promise you, like, most people who listen to worship music do not care about if you were perfect on pitch. Most people listening to worship music do not care if your guitars were perfectly tuned, or if you had brand new strings, or if, like, you have, like, fresh strings, or, like, I honestly noticed one thing. I've tried, I feel like Yahuah and Yahusha have helped me to like have more production quality in my music, and compared to like a year ago. But I've noticed a lot of like the songs that people really like are just the songs where I just have my acoustic guitar recording on an iPhone. So it's just like, I don't think anybody really cares. Like, and I think that's kind of maybe why I posted the song from almost 2 years ago, the "'Cause When I Think of You." That song was so special to me. It was really powerful, and it means a lot to me because I was going through so much during that time. So much. And he really showed me that when I was alone and I felt like almost everybody was against me, or I felt like everybody left me, he was there. And it was just so, all I had to do was just think of him and stay with him. And he helped me through that. It's been almost 2 years, and I'm in a whole different place than I was back then. Literally. Like literally, I'm in a whole different state now. Yeah, I live in a whole different state, and like literally, spiritually, I'm like in a whole different state. Yeah, I guess that's pretty interesting how you could say state, like, you know, one of the states in the United States, and then a state, like a spiritual state, like a mindset, like, yeah, state of mind. Yeah. Okay. Over explaining. Getting really deep, and corny, and cheesy. But, yeah, I guess my whole point is, I think we overthink things to the point where we freak ourselves out and we do nothing. And it's just like, how does that help anybody? Like, how do you know that your song or your testimony or just you talking in a camera, talking to a camera saying, today was hard, but I prayed to Yahuah and I started feeling better. Bam, posted. 10-second video. Who knows who's going to see that? Someone who's having a really hard day, like, I can't keep going. I hate everything. I just want to give up. Is this walk real or what? And then they see your video, 10 seconds, like, oh, today was hard, but I prayed to Yahuah and I felt better. Oh, maybe I should pray too. You know, Yahuah help me, please, in Yahusha's name. I'm on. Oh, I'm starting to feel bad. I'm so grateful that person posted that video. Maybe that's maybe that's not the best example, but in a practical sense, I think it's a good example because it shows you what I'm trying to get at in the most basic of ways. So, like, I don't think we need to have like crazy production quality to post a song. I don't think we need to have like green screen background and like great intricate music and like a super great microphone to post a video. I don't think we need hours of editing and hours of scripting to post an encouragement video or a study. Sometimes it could just be like you sitting in a car after you went to the store. You know, that it can be as simple as that. And I like these videos, actually. Like, I actually like the minimal amount of editing. I like just being honest, and I think a lot of you guys are finally getting to know me. And maybe you guys are like, oh, this guy's more strange than I thought. And hopefully, you know, more funny than you guys thought, you know. But yeah, no. But yeah, anyways, I love you guys. I hope to see more Yasharal content, because there is a scarcity of Yahuah and Yahusha music. There is a scarcity of Yahuah and Yahusha testimonies. Like, I see some testimonies out there, but I feel like there should be so much more. Like, honestly, I really, really think there should be more. And it's funny because I guess I don't really have a full-on testimony. I have the Q&A video from a while ago, but not like a real, like, sit-down, talk for like an hour testimony. And maybe I could do that, you know, since I'm doing videos like this, and I think they're really nice. So yeah, but yeah, just to summarize, if you make music, make more music, post more music. If you're going through something that's holding you back, okay, understandable, but do it. You know, find the way. You know, where there's Yahuah, there's always going to be a way to do it if it's his will. If you make encouragement videos, do it. If you do studies with discretion and a lot of prayer and a lot of caution, do it. With anything, all of this stuff, a lot of prayer, a lot of caution, do it. Yeah, esteem Yahuah and Yahusha. Don't be prideful, be humble. That's what I want to try to do my best to be. And just see Yahuah and Yahusha lift you up and esteem you. And when you get hate, you know, because most likely you will get hate, whether spiritual hate or physical hate or both. The spiritual using the physical to hate on you, like the enemy stirring up siblings that should be supporting you, but really they're tearing you down, or just atheists coming at you or other like Christians or whatever, anybody. Hey, like, it's okay. We're gonna be hated. He was hated first. People are gonna be like, oh, you suck at singing. Oh, why are you this? Like, what the heck is wrong? Like, you're not even a musician. Like, you don't have a singing voice. What the heck's wrong with you? Or whatever. Or like, oh, this study is like garbage. You're a hypocrite. Or oh, you're a what's it called? I forget. Like a heretic. Yes, you're a heretic. Take it down. You're gonna be judged. You're gonna go to Lake of Fire. Like, I mean, I don't know what you're posting. I mean, but like studies or music. But like, of course, if it's scriptural, like, and it's just plain as like it's clear as day that there's no sin in it, and you're just getting hate, like, you can just delete the comment and pray for the person. You can respond to the person in love and say, like, you know what, I'm sorry that you think this, but I love you, and I think that Yahuah wants me to do this, if you truly believe he's leading you to do that, and keep going. That's the worst thing that can happen. Oh, your music sucks. You suck. Delete your channel right now. Like, that's the worst thing that can happen. Or like, I don't know, like, oh, you're gonna go to the Lake of Fire because your channel is like false teachings, and then if your channel's not false teachings, like, who cares what that person just said? That's the worst thing that can happen. And honestly, it's not even that serious. Delete or respond. I love you, brother, sister. I'll be praying for you. Someone who talks like that needs prayer. So it's just like, what are you scared of? Don't be scared. I don't want to be scared. Let's do it, you know? So, yeah, let's not bury our talents. Let's not be bound hand and foot and thrown into outer darkness because we were too scared of the master, because we think that he is a hard man, and some of us may think he reaps where he doesn't sow, and we think we're not good enough and we're too scared. Like, no, let's just do it. But yeah. All right, so I love you guys. I hope that you guys see more of the real side of me, which is like really loud and really funny. At least I think. I hope. Not really. I mean, I don't know. I make myself laugh sometimes. But yeah, I love you guys. And hopefully you guys like these type of videos, because I like these type of videos. I know the Yahushua apprentice sometimes will post some videos similar where he's just talking on the camera, the vlog style videos, and I love those videos, actually. Like, I love videos like, there was other people who make videos like that. I don't know that I have a channel in mind per se, but I guess because I personally know him, like, it's like, oh, it's like, you know, just hanging out with the but in video form or something. But yeah, love you guys. And if you can, just pray for me. Yahuah knows. And some of you guys actually know. But yeah, shalom.